What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of Home Wall Bouldering. This time we go hard, V12, 8A plus. We're pushing the limits here on the home wall, I tell you, it's amazing. Before we start, I want to feature a couple of new holds that I got sent again, wooden holds by Thomas. Big thanks to Thomas for the parcel. He's got a cool Facebook page, it's called Holzscheit Grips. You can check him out there if you like. I also made these monos here myself, by the way, but they are just ridiculously hard to grab. So it's gonna be interesting to see which kind of boulders which will feature these. Anyway, 27th of November, as you can see, 2020, I created a new project, and the goal for this project was to make only super hard single moves, starting with this big lock off there out of the Gaston to this bad pinch that I already showed you in another boulder, I think in the previous episodes. And we've got another big pinch move to the next pinch with right hand, super hard, and then the actually unexpected crux of this hypothetical problem really at this point, stepping up on the starting hold from these two pinches. If you've got both pinches in your hands, and you know these two pinches, they are situated quite on top of each other, so you cannot really hold them as a side pull, which is often something that makes pinches a lot easier. 10th December 2020, as you can see, it's about 2 weeks later, and I made significant progress on these holds already. Let's check it out here. Big lock off here to the pinch with left, super bad pinch, it's just so amazing, and then this wonderful lock off there to the next pinch, which is super body strengthy, and then comes this heinous, really super hard step up to the starting hold. Here's a slightly different perspective, maybe you can see the pinch here a little bit better. Boom, sorting in the second pinch, just so crucial to hit it properly. And as you can see, I'm always failing stepping up the starting hold, which is really what you wouldn't expect. You would expect, okay, just one of the single moves with one of the single hand moves, would be the crux. Here a little close-up of that pinch. It's just really a half pad to one pad, and its best spot is maybe one pad for the middle finger, but the rest is half pad pinch. And then the next one is a little bit better, but it's so high up, and these pinches again, they are on top of each other, so you really have to compress them together on your straight arms. But yeah, in the end, the crux was always the step up onto the starting hold. So let's see here, 16th of December 2020, this was the date where I could send it, I think. This is I don't know, my 4th or 5th session even on this problem. Super high step up, and this was the attempt where I for the first time managed to stick the step up. As you can see, I still had to let my feet go there. Then comes this heinous move to the left onto this Gaston, and then big move into the top edge, which is just again super body strengthy and very hard to stick from the bottom, as I found out there. So let's check it out again. Big lock off, turning the starting hold around, big move onto the second pinch, sorting the fingers in super properly. Bam, this time I managed to step up really smoothly, and this goes to show what seems to be a body strength problem at first really becomes in fact a finger strength problem. The more finger strength you have, the more body strength you have as well, because you have more capacity in your head to focus on that body strength, and this was in the end what helped me getting this problem done. Amazing problem. So you might remember this 7C, which I graded up onto 8A, number 12, by removing that foothold. This is another story of making a problem harder by simply, removing a handhold and exchanging it with another handhold, which is this small little crimp there, instead of the big one, which is below that. And this is another thing that I love about this wall, is really you can make your problems just incrementally harder with very small increments, if that makes sense. You just simply take an edge which is a little bit smaller, a little bit higher up, and you have created another just super hard move, a move that is a little bit harder than before, and this way you can upgrade your problem, so to say, in this case from 8A to 8A plus. So I think this is just an amazing thing about this home wall if you set it very densely, yeah. And as you can see, we've created here a pretty hard second move and a pretty hard third move to the top. contrarily to the 8A boulder from before, where the second and the third move were not quite as hard anymore and the crux was solely at the starting move. So here we have a problem that is continuously hard and should check in also somewhere at 8A plus V12. Here I'm quite trying to figure out whether I should drop knee or flag for the last move, and in the end I decided for a drop knee. So here again, super hard first move, sorting that toes in, super hard second move. Here you can see I did hit the edge pretty perfectly actually, no full crimping needed here. And here's another shot where I did not hit it perfectly. I'm losing the pinky as you can see, and here I'm instantly switching instinctively to the full crimp, and I'm stopping to climb immediately because, as you guys know, I'm a fan of avoiding full crimping indoors. So I wanted to get this problem done just like all the other problems without full crimping. So here's starting again, high right foot, locking off super slowly there, this time hitting it perfectly, drop knee, and boom, sticking also the last move. Just such an amazing problem, so simple, so straightforward, and yeah, amazing to see how incrementally, how with small increments you can make problems harder on this wall. Here we've got something that features the new 3-finger pocket, which I made out of one of Thomas's holds. Boom, big lock off from that side pinch here with left, locking the 3-finger pocket off, bam, slapping onto the next side edge. These really are some really shallow pinches, and then another big move to the top. And the cool thing about this problem, because it only features holds which I have set almost symmetrically, is that you can make the symmetric version on the other side, which is number 19 and checks in at around 7B/plus. Well, you might ask, why is this version a grade harder than the one on the left, right? Now, funnily for me, my left hand is a lot weaker when it comes to holding power, and this is something that showed very, very dramatically on this problem here, because holding and locking off this 3-finger pocket for my left hand was significantly harder than for my right hand. So for me, this version of the problem felt like at least a grade harder than the version with the right. And also the matching on top here, which I'm campusing. This is super hard with left because then you have to lock off the top with left, obviously. And with right, it's actually quite easy. With left, it's pretty hard. Last problem for today. This is the first problem I ever created, the 7A, with these really straightforward edges as well. I thought, well, it might be possible to skip that last edge altogether, right? Maybe you create something like this. And it is possible, actually. Long story short. A really high left foot again and big dyno to the top. Checks in at around 7B+, I would say, this dyno. And that's already it for this episode, my friends. Stay strong, keep crushing somewhere out there. Have a nice and happy Christmas, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.